Hey everybody, this is Chris K, and you're listening to the Productive Parks 5-Minute Podcast, the show for busy people working to change the game in the parks and recreation field. Today we're going to be talking about pickleball courts, what to consider before installing. Pickleball is America's fastest growing sport. It's estimated pickleball has over 4.8 million players nationwide, an increase of nearly 40% during the last 2 years. Credit the pandemic for some of pickleball's rising popularity. During lockdowns, people would set up pickleball courts on driveways and sidewalks. More and more parks and recreation departments are installing pickleball courts or getting hounded by their community to add more. Wondering where to start? Here's a brief primer on pickleball and pickleball courts. What is pickleball? In its simplest form, pickleball only requires a net, paddles, and a ball. It's an easy-to-learn game that appeals to people of all ages. The game, however, becomes an engaging, fast-paced competition for pickleball veterans. Pickleball was developed out of necessity. In 1965, 3 Washington dads needed something to keep their bored children occupied. Pickleball was the solution for those long summer days. And now it's an internationally recognized game. Pickleball in a nutshell. Think of it as a mashup of tennis, ping pong, and badminton. One player serves a plastic ball across the net to the opposing side. Players hit the ball back and forth until one player fails to get it back over the net. You can see the detailed pickleball rules on the USA Pickleball website. The pickleball court. The pickleball court needs a hard surface, a net, and preferably lines. The court is about the size of a badminton court with a net just a little bit shorter than a standard tennis net. Court size comparison. Pickleball courts are 20 by 44 feet for both singles and doubles. Tennis courts are 27 by 78 feet for singles and 36 by 78 feet for doubles. And badminton courts are 14 by 44 feet for singles and 20 by 44 feet for doubles. Many parks and recreation departments are adding pickleball lines to tennis courts or converting them solely for pickleball use. Before installing a pickleball court or converting other courts, here are some things to consider. Space needed for a pickleball court. Each court must have a hard playing surface of at least 30 by 60 feet to allow space for overruns. Base for pickleball courts. Concrete or asphalt works well as a base for pickleball courts. Wood or rubber flooring can also be used for indoor courts. That said, the lack of texture on smooth floors may cause the ball to skip low. Coating for pickleball courts. 100% acrylic coatings are recommended for surfacing pickleball and athletic courts. Acrylic coatings are breathable, which helps them maintain their integrity longer despite moisture and weather conditions. You may also select to install a rubber coating cushion system along with the coating for better resilience and more dynamic body impact response. For players, cushion systems are more impact and joint friendly without affecting the ball bounce. Fencing around pickleball courts. Chain link fencing offers a cost-effective option for containing pickleball courts. The ball is about 3 inches in diameter, so make sure the fence openings are 2 inches or less. Make backstops a minimum of 10 feet high. Install gates on both ends of the court for easier access. Windbreaks, windscreens, or mesh covers are recommended for the fencing to prevent play disruption during the windy days. They also provide a background for better ball visibility. Pickleball court lighting. If you plan on allowing your visitors to use outdoor pickleball courts after dark, then you'll need an adequate lighting system or a lighting system upgrade. The amount of light required depends on the skill level of the players. Novice players need less light. At higher skill levels, the play is faster and more intense. More light is required to keep track of the ball. Noise reduction. Nearby neighbors may complain about the sounds of people gathering and a bunch of plastic balls hitting wooden or composite paddles. An outdoor acoustical barrier may reduce noise by up to 50%. Sound-reducing materials can be secured to a chain link fence, wooden shadow box fence, or fencing frame as standalone material. Other amenities. Depending on where you plan to place your pickleball courts, you may choose to add other amenities for visitors' comfort and convenience. Such amenities include court benches, shade shelters, water fountains, concessions, gear maintenance storage, access to electricity, seating for spectators, portable or permanent restroom facilities. Budget considerations. The price range for adding a pickleball court to your park and facility varies depending on your plans and needs. Portable commercial-grade pickleball nets can run from a few hundred to over $1,000. Resurfacing an old tennis court may cost between $3,000 and $6,000 depending on the location, size, and the condition of the court area getting resurfaced. And if you want a brand new, state-of-the-art pickleball complex with professional-grade lighting, spectator seating, and luxury restroom facilities, the installation can easily reach six figures. Thanks for joining me for this episode of the Productive Parks Podcast. In part 2 of this series, we're going to discuss the most common ways to install a pickleball court and how to maintain them. That's it for now. Remember to tune in each week for more tips on how to make your agency more productive.